short-term disability and life insurance at a really affordable rate. I think you guys will be interested in it. I know I am. Me and Missy's both going to get it. So let's go ahead and get started with the safety portion of it. But before I do that, let's give Dave and his crew a thanks for coming in. Good for Also, I thank the Rileys for allowing us to do this. So, thank you, Ken Bennett and the Riley kids. All right. We're also going to have somebody come in a little bit later on from a company called Help You Drive. Anybody ever heard of them? They're a legal service. And what it is, if you get a ticket, overweight, anything like that, you feel the ticket wasn't fair, you can call this up. They'll give you legal representation. He'll be back here in the back after a bit. You can go talk to him, answer all your questions if you're interested in something like that. It's really handy, especially for you guys that go out and about quite a bit. Maybe something you really want to look into. All right. First thing on safety. Brandon wanted me to ask you guys to remember, especially you roll off the dump guys, always be aware of overhead obstructions. In the last month, we've taken down 3 wires. Okay? Nothing new. You guys know this. It's just real easy to get a little complacent, forget what you're doing, not look around. Make that your habit, guys. You see them off the trucks all the time, little thing on the mirror, gold. Get out and look. Make sure there's nothing overhead. Don't assume there's nothing up there. Make damn sure of it. Just takes a minute. So every time, look and make sure you're clear. Even if the place you've been all the time. You don't know if they strung a temporary wire. You go to a housing development. They just run power across the street. Look, know it. Don't just assume, okay? All right, boxes and trailers. We're having a rash of guys not tightening down the ratchets, the chains, the binders. You remember a couple of weeks ago, we put out that little flyer we hung up, said, hey, everybody grab a can of PB Blaster. We didn't do that because we got too much PB Blaster on the shelf and we wanted to get rid of it. All right? We want you to spray them binders down. We want you to spray them down because we want you to use it. There's no sense, guys, to go pick up a box or a trailer at a customer, blows the back door off road because somebody's too lazy to latch it down and use the chains. They got latches on every box, on every trailer. They got safety chains, they got chains. Every damn one of those should be used. There's no excuse not to use those, guys. You're paid by the hour, so you're not in that big a hurry. Don't be so lazy you can't get out and check your chains. By the same token, before you touch the box up or dump the trailer, make sure your chains and binders are like they're supposed to be. If they're broken or defective, get them in here, let's get them fixed. Okay? Simple. First grade stuff, guys. You just got to make it a habit to do it. Any questions on that? All right. You guys doing the flatbeds, drop decks, dovetails, low boys, that kind of stuff? Make sure you understand how your load is to be properly secured. I can't tell you how many times I've walked out here and guys call me beans or something else. They don't even have 2 chains within the first 10 feet. Okay? When you guys hire on, every one got one of these little green books. Anybody doesn't have it? In the back of it, there's an index. If you don't know how to do something, look it up. Part 393 will tell you anything you need to know about securing a load. I don't know everything about securing every load. Nobody in here does. But between all of us and that book, we got enough resources we can do it right. Don't assume you have it right. Know you got it right. All right? The last thing I want to see is when you guys going down the road, 70 mile an hour, 60 mile an hour, whatever speed zone you're in, and you got to lock up your brakes and you got 4 tons of beam coming in the back window of your truck. Secure your load. By the same token, I don't want you driving down the road and stuff rattling around and sliding out the back. If you got to make a makeshift bulkhead, you make a makeshift bulkhead, chain it off. Whatever you have to do, guys, don't think it's going to be okay. Know it is. All right? You're not just protecting yourself, you're protecting everybody else. I stress this in every safety meeting. You guys are professionals. You are the best of the best. Act like it. Do it right. It doesn't take that much more time. Take pride in what you do and do it right, guys. If you do that, we're all better off for it. Anybody know what a CSA score is? Okay. CSA stands for Compliance, Safety, and Accountability. We are all judged by the FMCSA on that table. Okay? You guys think, as for the company, it's not my problem. Yes, it is. Employers have a right to go into a database and check you individually for how you do on CSA score. You don't have an individual CSA score, but you do have where you failed inspections or got tickets listed. Okay? They can refuse to hire you for that kind of stuff. Shippers can refuse to use us if our CSA score is too high. It flags us for additional inspections if our CSA score gets too high. The easiest way to control your CSA score, take your time, do it right. Make sure your paperwork's right. Make sure your truck's right. Make sure your load's right. Roll-off boxes. Why do we load a roll-off box and not put our straps on? Come on, man. It just takes a minute. You don't have to get out a binder and get them things super tight. You just got to be able to secure that container falling off the truck. Walk back, put the straps on, fellas. All right? You shouldn't be walking back changing the binders anyway, right? All right, so let's think about this kind of stuff, guys. I want you to do your job to the best of your ability. Not just for me, not just for Riley Trucking, but for you individually and us as an industry. Make us look good. Don't make us look bad to the general public. Okay? Tarp your loads. I see a lot of loads going down the road without a tarp. Okay? The most lax on this, I guess I should say, is probably our dump trucks. I'm not a dump truck driver, never have been. I can't even spell dump truck. But I do know enough that I know there's a switch right in there by the seat. You ain't even got to get out and that electric cart will roll right back. It don't take you any time at all. Now you guys will say, well, yeah, I bought that shit a million times. It don't blow. It ain't going to go anywhere. What if it does? What if you hit a bump like you never hit a bump before and shit comes out and busts the windshield of the car behind you? Err on the side of caution. Doesn't take any time to roll a tarp. Go ahead and roll it, whether you think it should be or not. I've never seen a guy get a ticket for a load being tarped that shouldn't have been. Go ahead and roll it. All right? In the last month, I think we've had 3 seatbelt tickets. Why do we get seatbelt tickets? You know, only one of them was for not wearing a seatbelt. The other 2 was improper use. You know that little lock thing we got up there where you can take your seatbelt and let it hang down, you can lock it so it doesn't bother you? Well, if it's hanging too much, you can get a ticket. Improper use of seatbelt. We got 2 of them. Put a seatbelt on. It's easy fix. If you guys will do that, we'll never ever get another ticket for seatbelt. Then you still got to put your seatbelt over your black tape.
You just look like a dumbass.
All right? Speeding. How many times I said it? Our number 1 violation, which leads to all these other inspections, is speeding. Does anybody here think they make too much money? Then why are you speeding? I mean, evidently you're trying to get done fast because you think we're overpaying you. If that's the case, let me know. We can take your pay down. Okay? Everybody in this room is paid by the hour. We don't want you out there running around 70, 75 in a 60-mile-an-hour zone. That's silly. You're asking for trouble. You're asking for problems. You're elevating your blood pressure. You're stressing yourself out. And for what? So that you can get ahead of the truck and get one more load than him? Come on, man, don't be that prideful. Just come in, do your job to the best of your ability, and watch your speed, guys. If we didn't speed at all, we'd have damn near a perfect CSA score. Our inspection would drop by 72%. 72%. Huge. All right, and you guys know, as our CSA score elevates, that flags us for more inspections. So when you want to go by the scale, your little pre-pass gives you the red light instead of green, because we're getting too many inspections, they're going to pull us in more and more. You're driving down the road, mind your own business, DOT cop pulls up, runs your number, says, I'm going to pull this guy over because his CSA score is too high. Those are the reason you want to control it. Make sense? Any questions on what I've said so far? All right. Then let's talk about some paperwork. Okay, Jill asked me to bring this up because she's having issues with getting things billed properly. When you guys do your paperwork, she needs more than just an hourly ticket or a bill of lading or one piece of information. You guys have all been trained, you know the paperwork that we need. We ask that you complete your paperwork properly, completely, and neatly. If the company doesn't get paid, we don't get paid. If billing doesn't have that paperwork where they can understand it, how can they bill our customer? Okay? So don't use your paperwork as a napkin. There's no sense turning paperwork in, it's got coffee spilled all over it, half your egg McMuffin on it, all wrinkled up. Come on. Somebody else got to work with that. So keep your paperwork neat and keep your paperwork clean. All right? Same way with your trucks. Your truck should always be neat and clean. If I'm a DOT cop and I climb up on your step and I see a pigsty, I'll guarantee you I'll find a reason to write you a ticket. If your truck's neat and clean, my first thought as that officer is, the guy's got his shit together. Okay? That's the impression you want to give. Don't set yourself up for something. I'm not saying armor all your dash and keep everything waxed down. Alright? Every truck should have an air nozzle on it. If it doesn't have one, get one. Blow the dirt out of your truck. Wipe the gauges down so you can see them. Don't throw your damn chicken bones on the floor. You know how many times mechanics got to get in a truck and shovel trash just to fix your truck? Okay? There's no sense in that.
Just want to throw it out there. Maybe get like a shop vac installed out here.
We're going to install shop vacs back here. This will be coming outside wash pad out back, where you guys will be able to wash off your own trucks. When that's done, Kim is putting vacuums out there as well.
Oh, we get that in writing?
What's that? Speak up, Tommy, we can't hear you. Oh, my fault. When did you build this? I got back. I was thinking that was before we did you build it. So, okay. I have no idea. I think my wife with me so she can tell me which way to go.
I'm telling you every year.
All right. Paperwork neat and clean, trucks neat and clean. Act like a professional. You are. You're good at this stuff. You're paid to do this stuff. Act like it. Take pride in what you do. Be the best at it that you can be. You know, I say this a lot, guys. General public, what's their impression of truck drivers? Why? Why do they have that impression?
This is true.
Not just that. There's a lot of guys out there that give them that impression. When you're bobbing and weaving through traffic and you're acting like a fool because you're in a hurry or whatever, all they got to do is see one. And they think everybody's like that. The more of us out there doing things right, the more we're going to elevate our perception to the general public. That's your responsibility to your industry, to your livelihood. Make us all look better. You know, just like the Army or whatever it was, be all you can be, right? All right. Any questions, comments so far? Smoke, you don't have anything?
Nope, you're on the hook today.
Got it all out there.
Make sure I didn't miss anything.
Stay in the right lane and do the towns do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Don't be the center lane guy, right?
Yeah.
Come back for seconds, because I'm throwing it away, or are you taking it home?
All right, real quick.
Almost short.
Riley got to be first.
You guys notice the slide up here about the pilot flying day? If you haven't got anything, help yourself. Those little notebooks are cool, and those white boxes are some really neat little flashlights, and they're really bright too. So if you want, grab yourself one of them.
Coming at you.
There is a pilot truck up there. Everybody check the bottom of your seat. Somebody's got a winner ticket under it. Whoever's got that ticket, they get that truck.
I got no ticket. Switching seats.
Got no truck there.
Check back.
You got we have a winner. Damn, Aaron. You want to sell it? All yours, man. All right, again, everybody. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Stay safe. If you're still hungry, please come to the authority. We got plenty. That's exactly right.